Hi, this is Miss Jamie, your speech teacher. Welcome to week 2 of September. Our book today is called Apples A to Z, and it's written by Margaret McNamara, and the pictures are by Jake Parker. And you can hear my dog barking in the background. I had to put her up. She's not too happy about it. All right, Apples A to Z. So A is for apples. Fox loves apples. Apples are a very popular fruit in the United States. Do you like to eat apples? I do too. I like to slice them up and eat them with peanut butter. They're delicious. And apples grow on apple trees. And in the springtime, apple trees are covered with these beautiful flowers. And that is where the apples come from, or from some of these little flowers will make apples. C is for cider. Apple cider is kind of like apple juice, except it's not as clear. So it's a little bit murkier, but it's still delicious. And that's how they make apple cider. Look, they put the apples in the top of this grinder, and rabbits turning the wheels, and that motor's grinding up those apples and squeezing all the juice out of it. And then you can drink it. And D is for deciduous. Deciduous trees, the leaves fall off in the wintertime, in the fall. So a lot of the trees around our houses are deciduous trees because the leaves fall off. And apple trees, their leaves fall off too. And of course, E is for eating. We love to eat the apples. Fox and his friends eat their apples raw, cooked, or dried. And look, F is for fruit. Apples are one of our fruits. And there's other fruits. Do you see our other fruits? Can you show me an orange? There it is. How about a banana? There's a banana sticking out. And how about some purple grapes? There are some grapes. And these two little fruits are called pears. So they have those at the grocery store too. And those are all fruits. They're kind of sweet. And G is for grafting. That's when you take a branch off of one tree and put it in another tree and tape it up, and it grows together. That's how they get some apples to make different varieties of apples, apple trees. And H is for harvest. Harvest is whenever you pick the ripe apples off of our trees, and then they're ready to eat. I is for ice. Oh, in the wintertime, the apple trees sometimes get covered with ice and snow. And J is for juice. Apple juice is like apple cider. It's pressed from apples, but the apple juice is filtered so it'll be clear. Apple cider is a little bit cloudier, but they taste pretty much the same. Now K is for kitchen. Kitchen is where we do a lot of our baking. So Bear and Fox are putting chopped apples into a pot and stirring them up real good, and they're gonna make applesauce. And applesauce is really good too. And L is for leaves. These are what the leaves look like on the apple trees. They have a little toothed look. It looks like it has little teeth around the edges. It's kind of jagged. And this is how you can tell which trees are apple trees. And M are for markets. A market's like a grocery store, but some of the markets are outside. And so Fox and his friends love to go to the market. Look at all our fruits and vegetables at our market. Oh, Fox loves the red apples and the green apples. They taste sour. So sometimes if you want to make a pie, you would use some green apples. And if you just want to eat an apple, that red apples are a little bit sweeter. And they have all kinds of other vegetables. Look, they have some orange carrots and some yellow squash and red tomatoes. Oh, I see some corn on the cob. That's good too. And N is for nutritious. Apples are very nutritious. That means they're very good for you. They help you grow up strong and healthy. And Rabbit is showing Bear that an apple is more nutritious than a donut. A donut has a lot of sugar in it, and then after you eat it, you'll feel bad and your tummy can hurt too. But after you eat an apple, it makes you feel good, and it's got lots of vitamins in it that can keep you from getting sick in the wintertime. So that's why lots of apples grow in the fall. They're getting us ready for winter. When those colds and flus come around, we don't want to get sick. O is for orchard. A group of apple trees that grow together is called an orchard. So all the farmers plant all these apple trees together, and that way he can have a big crop of apples. P is for pollen. That's what the bees love. The bees love to visit the apple blossoms and get the pollen and drink the nectar. And that's how these little flowers, if the bee visits it, then that flower will grow into an apple. Q is for quarters. Fox cut his apple into 4 quarters. That just means 4 pieces. R is for ripe. A ripe apple is irresistible to not only us. Ooh, look what is in that apple. Fox is like, oh, gross, there's a worm in my apple. But even worms think apples are delicious, just like we do. S is for seeds. These seeds, when you cut open an apple, we don't eat the seeds because they'll hurt our tummy. But if you plant those seeds in the dirt, you can grow your own apple tree. That's pretty cool. That tiny little seed will grow a humongous tree, and it'll make apples. Oh, look, they planted a seed in the dirt, and that seed is starting to grow into a little apple tree. And T is for tree. So you can take that apple tree out of the pot and plant it in the ground, and it'll grow even bigger until it's humongous and it makes all kinds of apples for you. So you plant the apple tree under the ground, and look, the roots grow down deep in the ground. Look what else is under the ground. What do you see? I see dinosaur bones. And I see another bone. I bet a dog buried that bone. Oh, and there's some pirate treasure. There's all kinds of things under the ground. You just got to dig it up and find it. And V is for variety. These are all the different kinds of apples. Did you know there were that many kinds of apples? I didn't know that many were out there. I mean, there's some that we see in our grocery store, like the green ones, the Granny Smith, and the Fiji. Let's see here, Gala. That's the one we usually get at our house. And the Honeycrisp. We see that one a lot. But there's apples on here that I've never even heard of before. So, but they grow in all parts of the country. You can go all over the United States, and you'll find different kinds of apples that people have planted. And W is for wax. Let's see here. The apples have a natural wax on them. If you rub it on your shirt or a piece of cloth, it'll get shiny. And that shine will help the apple from drying out. So it'll stay juicier longer. Oh, the X's. Oh, they put X's on their apple pie crust so that way the steam can come out whenever they bake it in the oven. Oh, that's delicious. Apple pie is yummy. And Y is a yield. This is how many apples came off of just one apple tree. That is so many. Do you think you could eat all those apples? I don't think I could eat all those apples. That's a bunch. But people love apples, so it's good that apple trees produce lots and lots of apples. And Z is for zero. Oh, can you believe he ate all those apples? And look at his big old tummy now. But he's a happy fox. They're not very happy. They're like, Fox, why'd you eat all the apples? So that is the end of our book. And so the activity that goes with apples, A to Z, this is one of them. We have 2 activities on this book. And this one is, you see the shape that's in the apple in the square? This one is a circle. So what you're going to do is you're going to color that circle, whatever color you choose, and then you're going to find the other shapes that match that. So you're going to find the other circles. So will you color that one? Yep, because they match. Will you color this one? No, that one doesn't match. Will you color this one? Yep, you'll color that one because those match. Those are all circles. And you'll do the same thing for these other ones. And then our next activity is you get to do some cutting and gluing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut out all these pictures down here on the bottom. Cut them into squares right there. We're gonna cut on those lines and cut them all apart. And then you're gonna get to glue them in this column. All the apples go in here, and the things that are not apples go in this column. So this is an apple. So where do you think it's gonna go? It's gonna go right here in the apple column. And that is a little boy. Where do you think he's gonna go? He's gonna go over here because he's not an apple, he's a boy. And so this is a tree. So where do you think it's gonna go? It's gonna go over here because it's not an apple, it's a tree. What about this one? Oh, that apple has polka dots on it. Oh my goodness. But it's an apple, so it's gonna go be glued up here in the apple column. And you'll do that for all the rest of them too. So, all right, I hope y'all have fun with this activity, and I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a great day.